How's it going? It's Angel Seeds. Please add me or subscribe on YouTube, Angel Seeds. And today I'm going to share something really wonderful with you. It's like an angel seed. It's a gift from above. Hello. I hope you're having an awesome day. I want to say God bless you today to my family and friends. So as you can see, I'm moving the canvas up here with this Zoom Rotate Move Canvas tool. It's so groovy. You can see it. Look at that. Is that cool or what? And if you move your mouse down here over the turn tool or this little curve right below the magnifying glass, you can turn your canvas. And if you slide your mouse anywhere around this blue circle, you can move the canvas. Ooh, is that awesome or what? This is my angel seed find. I am so excited I can't go to sleep. And look at that. Now, I want to show you all about this really cool app, and you're going to be really blessed. And I also want to share a special blessing with you, the Word of God. And right now, I have this friend, and she is dear to my heart. And I know you all have friends, and maybe you don't have friends that are near and dear to your heart, but it's time to make some friends in the Lord. It's important that we make friends in the Lord. So today I am going to be your friend, and I'm going to help you. And my name is Terry, and I'm an animator, and I work with a game designer who programs in C# and C++. He's also an animator. And I want to see great things to come. And I know that even though things are really hard right now in this, just everywhere, that we need to be friends and love one another and show kindness. And that's what I want to do today. And so as you can see over here, this is the layer palette. This is where I have all these different things on. Right here. That's me. And I'm giving you a kiss. And this is the text, friend, up here in the corner. And if you see how I'm on this tool up here and I click on the magnifying glass, it says Zoom, Rotate, Move Canvas. We're talking about that. I can't really move the canvas when I'm selected on a layer that's text. I'd have to change that layer. But I can just click off onto another layer, back onto me, myself, and I. And now over here in the layers, I can make it transparent. And then I can move the zoom tool, if I want it, anywhere over here and start moving it like this. Now, if I want to move just the image of me, then I'm going to go up here to the quick transform tool, and I'm going to click on it. And now, as long as I'm selected on this layer right here, and I move the canvas here in the middle, I can stretch myself out. Ooh. And then I can move my mouse over this little bar, and I can move this layer up and down on the canvas, or left and right. Just holding my mouse right over the blue there. And then I can turn it like this. Ooh. Curve it, turn it like that. Ooh. And then scale it. So I slide my mouse. So when you see the blue change on this tiny little palette, then you can click drag and see the changes. And it's super cool. I have been working in Photoshop for a long time, and I actually forced myself to get off. I've been on Photoshop CS5, and Photoshop went to subscription, and we've pretty much been flat broke at times. And so I forced myself to get on to this really cool app that is my really most favorite app ever on my Android tablet. And I actually got it loaded onto my Windows computer for free. And I've been using it a little bit. And what I learned was it's a little bit like my Android tablet app, but it's not the same. And I found out something really wonderful, that there's this app, and it's free, and it's only been out free for about a year. And I'm going to share with you what it is after I go over a few more things. So bear with me as I go over these really fun, cool tools, because I have something really exciting to tell you about this app. Hi. Okay, so here we are, and we are really excited today. And this little guy right here, we're going to click right up here on the quick transform tool, and I'm going to go over a couple more things with you and tell you what I'm so excited about. First, let's take a look at Mustard Seed Bear. We're going to click on him in the layers. Here's the layer palette right here on the right. And up here in the top menu, these little layers next to the pencil and the brush, that's our layer palette. We can click it off and on right here, or this little red dot we can click off. And so I'm clicking on this layer, and I'm selecting on my little mustard seed bear, but we need to change the name. So if we want to change the name, we click down and we drag, over this little menu. You see this little line, and we go to the A, and it says rename layer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm just going to come right down here where it says I, where the I is, and I'm going to name this layer mustard seed bear. He's actually Mully, the mustard seed bear. He's really cute, and in another tutorial we're going to draw him in here. It's going to be so fun. So I'm just going to click OK now. Okay, now it'll be a little bit easier to see him in the menu bar. And one of the things I love about this, comparing it to Photoshop, is that these menu bars are much bigger, and I can see them. And I'm getting a little bit hard of seeing as I get older. And I love to be able to see on my little monitor, because I have a little baby laptop computer, and it's a little bit more difficult to see. So I'm kind of doing a review and with this app compared to my favorite Photoshop application. And I haven't been on Photoshop for over a year. I forced myself to stay off of it, and it was really hard. I really missed it, but it's paying off. So now that we're on Mustard Seed Bear, we can go to this top menu and click the Quick Transform tool right here. And this gives us our little menu, and it kind of follows your mouse as you drag your mouse around. And okay, so I can put it over here and he'll stretch. Now let's read this. What this says right here. This is a Bible quote, and it's pretty awesome. And what it says is, Jesus replied, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it will obey you." So we're talking about a little tiny bit of faith in God and in His Son, Jesus. And it's a very interesting scripture, something to think about. But when we're learning a program, an application, or anything, we have to have a little tiny bit of faith. And we can move a mountain. If we believe that God can help us do it, God will help us. He will give us the strength and the love and the encouragement that we need. So if you have a small as a mustard seed, now let's take a look at a mustard seed, okay? Let's pull this down and move it back over here. Friends, family. Let's just put a little bit of love into each other, and let's serve one another. Now, let's take a look at this little picture. Wow. Can you see that? That's a mustard seed. That right there, if you didn't know, a mustard seed is a millimeter in size. Tiny little, that's in someone's hand. And that's kind of what we are in God's hands. God has huge hands, and He loves us. And we're that little tiny seed. And we really hardly know nothing compared to God. And we can't do anything without God. But with God, all things are possible. And I believe that what the Lord is saying through His Son, Jesus Christ, is that with a tiny little seed, a mustard seed of faith, right here, look at that. What does that say? That says, if you have faith, faith is believing in something. Faith is believing your car's not going to get a flat tire on your way to work. Faith is, when you hop in a car, you're taking a risk. If you hop in an airplane, you're taking a risk. The Lord is using an analogy of a mustard seed and a mulberry tree. If you have faith as small as that mustard seed, that tiny millimeter, you could say to this mulberry tree, be uprooted and planted in the sea, and it will obey you. Let's take a look at a mulberry tree. Okay? Let's just go over here in our tablet, in our menu. This is the menu. See? The layers. And it pops open a layer menu. And we have each image on different layers. And I'm going to show you how to bring an image in. I'm going to show you how to do some really cool stuff. But first, let's take a look at this. That mustard seed. And I'm going to click over here. And I'll click on the quick transform. And I've selected the layer. And now I can click and drag. And I can move this hand over here to the side. Now I'm going to click on another image that I have. And I actually have it faded out. There's a bar on the side. So I've selected this layer. And this is the mulberry tree layer. And we need to change the name to that. But we'll go ahead and just turn this up. Let's take a look at that mulberry tree there. Wow. That's huge. That's huge. We can just imagine the roots in that tree. How far they go down and how hard it is to pull up a tree. And yet, Jesus is saying that all we need is this much faith. And I think he's right, because if we don't have any faith at all, no faith at all, we can drag this layer above this mustard seed hand right here where these two arrows are. We click down, drag up, and when you see the blue change. What did we do? Okay, so I made a mistake. So I'm gonna go up here to the red arrow and I'm gonna click that, and that's gonna undo that. So I think I might have hidden it somehow. Let's see. Oh, okay. So let's do that again. Now click on the layer of the tree and turn it up and drag it and let go. There we go. So look at that tree. Wow. That's amazing, isn't it? That family has nurtured that tree with a lot of love. And I think that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to nurture each other. Now there's more about this tree, and I'm going to share it in maybe some of my next lessons as I share. And one thing is the mulberry tree. The mulberry tree, this beautiful tree right here, it has fruit on it. I'm going to click on this little putt right here, and I'm going to click on it and change the color. This little mulberry tree, it has fruit on it. It's actually blackberries, but I just do in the red to show you. And it's amazing, really beautiful story. And actually, Jesus himself refers in more scriptures to the mulberry tree, or actually not the mulberry tree, but maybe. But what I meant to say was he refers to the mustard seed. That heaven is like a mustard seed. Heaven is like a mustard seed. Interesting. So that is definitely something to think about. So I want you to be encouraged as you jump in and you start to learn things that might make you feel tired or exhausted. Take a lot of breaks, pray a lot, and have faith in Jesus. Have faith in God and what he can do and what he promised to do, because he's the miracle man and the healer. Okay, so now I've shared that. And I'm super excited, and now I'm going to share with you. I'm going to go over some of these tools in another tutorial later, but just really quickly, let's take a look at this. Is one of the things I really love, and I'm going to turn the tree off, and I'm going to turn the hand off with the seed, and I'm going to turn off my friends and my family for a second here, and I think I'll leave myself, and because I want you to see me. I'm behind the scenes here at Angel Seeds, and I want you to remember to add my channel. Okay, so first thing I do want to really show you is, let's come back over here to the layer palette, because it's very important. I've shown you the move tools, this magnifying glass that moves the canvas, and the move tool, which moves the images, and that would be here. Ooh, me, T-Bear Tear. Okay, so the next thing I think is really important is I'm going to show you how to bring an image in right here in the layer palette. So let's go up here, and where these little tiny little trees are in the middle, and if you hold your mouse over this icon, it's going to show you a little sign. You just have to hold it for a minute. It says add image. So as you're learning the program, go slow and careful and hold your mouse over like this, and you might see a change. And then if you wait a second, it'll give you a little menu like clear del, and that's delete, clear delete. And if you have something selected, it will delete that. Like me, I think it will just delete me there. But we can't have that. I have to get back in here because I love this app. And we're going to click the undo arrow, this red one up at top, and get me back. Okay, there I am. Now we'll go to the middle button, and this is how you bring an image in. So let's click that, and then let's see, what should we bring in here? Let's see if I can find something quickly. Oh, I love to do this. Okay, how about, how about this? We love these little guys. We love babies and chihuahuas. So let's open this up. And there she is! My little sweetie. So now we have the app open, and I'm on the Quick Transform tool. So we can open this up and we can transform it on the canvas. Switch to the magnifying glass, and it will move the canvas around. There we go. And then back to the image, and we can move her around with her little doggy. You sweet doggy. Okay, so now you know how to bring an image in, and I wanted to show that to you. So, actually wondering where that, oh, she came away down here because I must have been selected down here. So if you can see this, I'm going to click on that little arrow on that layer, and I'm drag her up here. And where did she go? Oh, she's still down there. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to click and hide that layer. Actually, I'm just going to delete it. So I'll click down, and I'll hold my mouse down, and then hold that over that. It says delete layer. So I've deleted that image. And okay, so that was the other thing I wanted to show you. And then I want to show you something else really exciting. And that is the brushes. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the brushes in the next tutorial, because the brushes are so cool. And I only have 2 here, and there are tons of them. You can make brushes, you can add brushes, and they're all free. People are making them all over. And really quickly, I'm going to go over the brushes. So what I did here was I got the brush properties, but this menu right here, this is the brushes from the top. We click it up the top. See, we hold it over where we see the pencil and the pen. And let's go ahead and hide the layers by clicking on that. And then I think what I'll do is I'll move this over and drag it up a bit. And let's see. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm going to click that back off. That's the zoom tool. Looks like a magnifying glass, but it's a zoom tool for the whole canvas. Okay, now we're on the brushes, the pens, the tools. Hold the mouse over, it says brush palette. And here's the brush palette. This is where I get really excited too. Okay, and I'm just gonna click one of these, and I can double click, and it's gonna give me the brush properties. Or I can just click it off. Or I can click these 2 arrows, and it's going to give me the brush properties. And those are the sizes and everything. And then this is another brush. So what we have here to the right of the, hold the mouse over it, should come up something, what we can call this, brush properties. You see when you have the brush properties over, the brushes will change. Then right next to it we have the brush library. So exciting. And this is probably the one you'll see. And if we hold our little mouse, click here, yeah, and we can pin it. And if we do that, those little tiny dots right there, then we can just switch to this basic palette. And then we scroll down, and there's all these brushes. And they're really fun to use. I just loaded these ones for free. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next tutorial. And I made my own brush set. Down here, you can just make your own new one. Where is it? Oh yeah, Terry's Favorites. And I can just pin this one by holding this down and kind of there, pin it, and then that switches it to my brushes. So I'm going to get on this one first and just show you. Oh, you see that little arrow where, if you can see that, it's like a tiny no symbol. So the issue that we have here is that we got to go to the layers palette, and I have something wrong with the layer, like I have the layer not showing, or it's locked, or it could be a text layer, and it will show that on that. So you make a new layer, you click the plus button at the top to make a new layer, and I have one right here called Draw Here, ready to draw. And so here's my draw brush, and I just wanted to show you, this is like a cool let's see, what would we call it? What did we call this? This is a synthetic flat bristle brush, number 3, and it kind of will blend with the background that you have. And then if you grab one of these, you click on the edges of this. The red dot is if you click it, it turns off, which we don't want to do. But just so you know, now we've turned it off. And right here is this guy. And you can click on the middle. But you click and you drag and it sizes your brush. And the other one that I turned off, what it does, like, if you drag left and right, it'll size. If you drag up and down, it'll be transparent, see? It'll go lighter or smaller. So that's really cool. That's really fun. So all of these brushes have all these really great, awesome functions. And then when you go and you can just play with brushes to your heart's content. And then to add, I'll show you how to add brushes. To add, if you wanted to add new brushes, like I just got these ones from Ink October, which I think are really cool. Let's see. Let's go to them. They show right up here. If you click on them, you get a little image of what they're going to look like. And then thin, and just light. So what I love about this is it's so easy to see. Now I haven't been in the latest, newest Photoshops, but in Photoshop, everything is tiny, and it drives me crazy. I'm always trying to resize the menus. I can do that inside of a 3D animation app, Cinema 48. But so this is just a look at the brushes. Terry, and we'll go over more of these. This is a set I brought in that someone made that's free. So all these brushes are free, and you can make your own brushes. And okay, now I'm really excited to tell you something, and I'm going to do that now in the next video. So that's a little look at the brushes. And now down here we have a little menu right here in the left corner that I have off. And what I want to show you next, well, I think I'm going to wait. So I'll see you in the next video, and I'll tell you what app we're working in and the thing that I'm really excited about. So we'll talk to you soon, very soon, because I'm